You open your eyes, and nothing feels normal. The room's massive, your phone won't stop buzzing. SpaceX, Tesla, Twitter, your name is everywhere. Then it hits you, you're Elon Musk. The man who builds rockets, reinvents cars, and bets billions on the future. Every decision you make now could change entire industries, or even the future of humanity. But how did you get here? Let's find out. The early days. You were born on June 28, 1971 in Pretoria, South Africa. Your name is Elon Reeve Musk. But back then, you were just a curious little boy, full of questions and ideas about the world. Life wasn't always easy. Your mom, May, was a model and smart with nutrition, and your dad, Errol, was an engineer. They both worked hard, but they didn't get along. By the time you were 10, they separated, and that was one of your first lessons. Life can be unpredictable. Even as a kid, you were different. While other children played outside, you loved reading, solving puzzles, and figuring out how things worked. You were shy and quiet, but your mind was always racing. By the time you were 12, you had taught yourself how to program a computer. You didn't need a teacher. You learned it all on your own because you were curious. That same year, you made your first computer game called Blastar. It wasn't a big game like Call of Duty or Fortnite, but it was yours, and you sold it for $500. For the first time, you saw that your ideas could become real things that mattered. School wasn't easy for you. You were bullied. Other students noticed you were quiet, different, smart, and that made you a target. You were beaten, pushed around, and even hospitalized at one point after a severe attack. These experiences hurt, physically and emotionally, but in their own way, they shaped you and hardened your determination. By the time you were 17, you realized that South Africa couldn't offer the opportunities you dreamed of. You wanted to be somewhere bigger, where you could make a real impact. So you packed your bags and moved to Canada, becoming a Canadian citizen, a step that would also make your path to the United States smoother, the place where you felt you could truly change the world. In Canada, you attended Queen's University in Kingston, Ontario. After 2 years, you transferred to the University of Pennsylvania in the United States. There, you studied physics and economics, two fields that would give you a deeper understanding of both the universe and the forces that drive money in business. You dreamed of going to Stanford University in California to get a doctorate in energy physics, but life had other plans. Just 2 days after arriving in California, you dropped out to chase something that was exploding, the internet boom. The world was rapidly becoming digital, and you wanted to be at the heart of that transformation. First steps in business, from Zip2 to PayPal. By 1995, you were ready. You and your brother Kimball are in a small office, staring at a blank screen filled with possibilities. You launch your first company, Zip2. The idea is simple but revolutionary. Create a digital city guide for newspapers. This was long before Google Maps or Waze existed, and your vision was ahead of its time. You watched Zip2 grow. Big newspapers like the New York Times and Chicago Tribune adopt your system. Every small success feels enormous. Then in 1999, Compaq buys Zip2 for about $300 million. You make millions, but money isn't the point. The point is knowing that you can take an idea from your head, build it with your own hands, and turn it into reality. With your earnings, you start X.com, an online bank designed to simplify payments on the internet. It merges with another company and becomes PayPal, the online payment system that millions trust. In 2002, eBay buys PayPal for $1.5 billion. You're 30 years old, already a self-made success, and yet you don't feel satisfied. You didn't want to just make money. You wanted to solve big problems. One of those problems is space. You believe humans shouldn't be stuck on one planet forever. You wake up with visions of rockets, Mars, and interplanetary travel. In 2002, you found SpaceX. Most people think space is too expensive, too risky, too impossible. You think differently. You imagine rockets like airplanes, reusable, reliable, and affordable. For years, you push your engineers, launch rockets, fail, rebuild, and try again. But failure didn't scare you. You saw it as a step towards success. In 2008, SpaceX made history with the Falcon 1 rocket. Later, with the Falcon 9, proving reusable rockets were not just ideas on paper, they were real. Today, SpaceX launches satellites, sends supplies to the International Space Station, and is building the Starship rocket to take humans to Mars. Back on Earth, cars are polluting the planet. People think electric vehicles are weak, slow, and ugly. You see opportunity. In 2004, you joined Tesla Motors. You didn't find it, but you became CEO and produced, architect, and driving the vision. You push engineers to extremes. You don't just want electric cars, you want cars that excite people. The Roadster, Model S, Model X, Model 3, and beyond became more than vehicles, they're symbols of a cleaner, smarter future. Tesla also drives into energy. Batteries for homes and businesses, solar panels, software that links cars, homes, and cities. They're not building a company, but a sustainable ecosystem. People doubt you consistently. They say electric cars won't sell. They say Tesla will fail, but you ignore them. You know that changing the world is never easy. Your mind doesn't stop. AI, the human brain, underground tunnels, all of it fascinates you. In 2015, you co-found OpenAI to make AI safer and beneficial to humanity. Later, you start XAI, pursuing AI in your own way. You launched Neuralink, connecting brains to computers, dreams of helping people with paralysis and preparing humans to interact with AI directly. You also start The Boring Company, digging tunnels to solve traffic problems in congested cities. People laugh at the name, but you know the mission is serious. In 2022, you made headlines across the world, buying Twitter, one of the world's biggest social media platforms. You paid about $44 billion, a massive sum, and soon renamed it to X, as part of your vision to make it an everything app for communication and payments. People are shocked. Some cheer, some criticize, but it doesn't matter. You're thinking bigger than anyone else. The world's watching, and you are in control. The reality behind the headlines and controversy. Everywhere you look, there are headlines. Elon Musk sends Tesla into space, or world's richest person. Sounds exciting, right? But behind those flashy stories, life is messy. Your companies, Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, and even Twitter are always on your mind. Employees sometimes walk out because the work is brutal. People criticize you online for every comment or tweet. The news never stops talking about you. And you quickly realize no matter what you do, someone will hate it, misread it, or exaggerate it. Even your wins carry weight. Tesla making money isn't just a personal victory, it affects investors, employees, and the push for clean energy worldwide. SpaceX isn't just rockets, it's humanity's gamble on the future. Every success means more responsibility, more pressure. And the pressure isn't just mental, it's everywhere. You sit in boardrooms staring at Tesla's earnings, SpaceX's launch schedules, Neuralink's tests, and the constant buzz of Twitter. One wrong decision and jobs disappear, markets wobble, and technology fails. You're thinking 10 moves ahead all the time, planning for what might go wrong, and somehow you have to keep calm. Sleep? Almost impossible. Time off? Feels selfish because the world doesn't stop. Controversy is constant. You tweet, the stock market moves. You talk, people call you reckless. You try something bold and critics call it hubris. Lawsuits, fines, endless headlines. They're just part of life. You can't escape it, and honestly, you wouldn't want to. The criticism pushes you to do better, to think harder, to innovate faster. But it's lonely, really lonely. Only you fully understand the weight of being watched 24/7, judged constantly, and carrying companies that affect millions. The choices you make today ripple across the world tomorrow. So now here's a question for you. What would you do if you became Elon Musk for a day? Build rockets, start a company, or shake up the world? Possibilities are insane. Choose wisely. And if you enjoyed this POV journey, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video.